understand, and of course, for no say we Papa God, it look at we, especially we for Ambazonia. This is our history, and in our history today, I get a very exciting testimony to give to the Ambazonian people. Today, the 23rd of May, 2022, where it don't be 2 days, after the 50th Jubilee, that is the 50th year of our enslavement, and the Jubilee come as a result of our, guess what? As a result of our freedom. Because according to God, our freedom, it come in when our people, they don't reach that 50 years. So, at one for tell Ambazonian, they say, it is so.
Jesus, you say your love will cover me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I look around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, yeah, you know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name, oh. Abba Father, yeah, you know me, you know my name. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, yelele.
Yeah, as I was talking and telling you of what we have to do today, unfortunately, I will be coming back. I need to take, there is an emergency of my neighbor who is not feeling fine, and I need to rescue. But before then, I want the Ambazonian people to just stay put. I will leave you in the company of some music here by Reverend Sama, and it will be playing for about 20 minutes, and I quickly catch up with what I have to do so that we can rescue a life. So bear with me and give me this opportunity to serve you. Thank you very much. Don't go away. 20 minutes. I'll be right back here and we will continue. Thank you.
Love me so, and you know my name. I give you glory, Abba Father. You know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. You know my name, oh Daddy, yeah. You know me, you know my name. I can see your hand in my life, Lord. I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know my name. You know me, you know my you said I be a picking, no. Jesus, you said your love go cover me. Every time I look around, now you are the same. Every time I look around, now you are the feel. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, hey, you know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name, oh. Abba Father, hey, you know me, you know my name. Yelele, 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 yelele. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name, oh. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Yelele, 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 oh, oh. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name.
Try this strange 10-second technique tonight to reverse type 2 diabetes. Most people continue to take blood sugar medications, because they've been brainwashed by the medical establishment to believe diabetes is a hereditary condition. Even though new studies are showing this to be completely false. If you or a loved one is suffering from type 2, pre-diabetes or high blood sugar levels, then you must see this. An award-winning doctor from Maryland has just revealed the real biological root cause of high blood sugar, and it has nothing to do with sugar intake, eating carbs, or even genetics. But instead with beta cells on the pancreas. This highly acclaimed doctor was forced out of his practice after unveiling a billion-dollar secret he wasn't supposed to know. A clinically proven, 10-second technique to restore healthy sugar levels, that you can use today regardless of your current condition. Tap the blue Watch Now button below, to learn how this powerful method takes only seconds a day, and helps your pancreas to regulate sugar almost instantly. All without the need for medications and their side effects, or restrictive diets. Over 44,200 people are already doing this, and not only are they able to fix their high sugar levels naturally.
You're watching the People's Television, ABC Amber TV, the voice of Amberzonia. Stay tuned. You're watching the People's Television, ABC Amber TV, the voice of Amberzonia. Stay tuned.
Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this and this and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this and this and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, moving in I worship you. I worship you. Hey, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Hey, we make a miracle walker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That is who you are. Hey, we make a miracle walker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all. Jesus, you wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for staying on there with me. And my sincere apologies, ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonian people. Remember, we are of God, and as we are of God, God is helping us to carry out that which He wants us to carry out. So let me take a break, and I will be coming back very briefly with our history today, May 23rd, 2022. Stay put as you listen.
My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every life. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, meeting every need. I worship you. I worship you. Oh, devotion,
Drinking water before bed burns 46 pounds in 2 weeks. If you are struggling to lose weight and you're over 25, then you need to hear this. People are burning.
Thank you very much. Yes, 23rd of May, 2022, 3 days after our Jubilee. You know why I call it Jubilee? 50 years in the history book, which is the general history for the whole world, was a year of liberty. And in this year, a lot of people were rejoicing, while those who were wicked and slave masters were weeping. And of course, Makuriba ish, sorry. And so they were, the slave masters were very, very annoyed. And they were praying that Jubilee should never come. But you see, what God has instituted, let it take donkey years. One day, it will come to pass. I started by telling you a few days ago that God promised freedom for the people of Israel who were his people. He was looking on them to show righteousness on the face of the earth through their father Abraham. But the heart of man, as corrupted as it was, and as the days went by, there was an increment in wickedness. It came to a point where God was so vexed that he destroyed the whole world with a flood. And that's why, if you have been listening to some talks by the wicked slave master of La Republique, one of them came out in those days and said that Biya, with his wicked regime, terrorist Boy Scouts, and members of deep satanic secret societies that cannot create a little hair of man's head. The criminal came out advocating for his boss, Satan incarnate, told the people of the world, and especially the singer group of Yaoundé, with their demonic pronouncements, that Biya has a right to just bomb the whole of Amazonia like God destroyed the world with all their sins and only saved Noah to create another generation. Can you see how wickedness reasons? Yes. The wicked will always reason to make sure that they oppress those that are God-fearing. But that time has passed. We are now in a new era. And I'm telling the Amazonian people that God told the people of Israel, because you have disobeyed me, I will take you to a wicked people that will oppress you, and you will have to pass 8 jubilees, 850 years, meaning 400 years in Egypt. And that came to pass. But what happened? When the 400 years were over, there was nobody to stand in the gap and to cry unto God. And so it took another 3 decades, 30 years, for them to come out of Egypt. Ambazonians, we have passed 6 decades with La Republique when they invaded us. But then, with those 6 decades, it came to a point where they actually decided to make us full-time prisoners and slaves in 20th May 1972. And from that 20th May, we started counting our destruction, because it was after the 20th May that the Ahijo regime came in full flesh to destroy our hydroelectricity power camp in Yoke, destroy our marketing board in Bamenda, Boya, Kumba, and all the other places, destroyed Cameroon Bank, the only bank that was resilient and was actually getting to an emergence of a nation of its own, destroyed it. I mean, every structure economically that was going to make us powerless, I mean, very powerful, they destroyed it to make us useless and to make us powerless and to become beggars and paupers. But guess what? God, who from the beginning has seen and is seeing our resolve, he raised people who came up and started talking. And a few days ago, I said, I thank the wicked government of La Republique du Cameroon, because From the history book I'm reading, it says, in everything give thanks. If they did not play wickedly and just succumb to adapt and to regularize the judiciary and the educational system of the Anglo-Saxon, which was typical of the southern Cameroons, maybe we would not have discovered the ploy and the plan they had for us. But as the time was getting ripened, God was preparing a people. And in 2016, when the revolt started by teachers and lawyers, you all know the story. 2017, a government was recaptured, the government of Joa, the government of Ndele, and the government of Foncha was brought back into restoration. And that was on the 1st of October, 2017. And with this, the enemy knew that we were going to be free. And he started working and working over time. But as fast as he ran, he did not know he was going to be caught up. He started running. Then in 2018, not only our independence was restored, but our land and our people were restored to God. Were given back to God. When our president, Dr. Samuel Ekomesako, handed over our land to God. When he did that, dear Ambazonians, something happened in the spiritual. God accepted the handing over of our land to him and started working. And so the trajectory of the Ambazonian people changed. And some of the people that did not want this land to be free, who were hiding inside us, they started manifesting. Yes, when they started manifesting, of course, we started seeing them as they began manifesting. And when we saw them, well, as Ambazonians, we know that our people are very, very hospitable and warm-loving. Now they started talking the truth and telling people the truth of what Ambazonia supposed to know and supposed to see. So as they started telling the truth to the people of the world, the devil was very infuriated more, and La Republique came up with gunships. You all know the story. Now, remember, this is our history. And I don't want to be going round and round. You have all heard this. But let's talk about what is going on today. Because the history that started its making yesterday, it's very, very glaring. And of course, today, you can hear and see echoes of this particular history going on. And what are the echoes of this history that is going on? Now, I would like you to listen to this track. I would like you to listen to this lawyer who, when this game started, what he was talking. And let's listen whether he is still talking what he spoke in those days today. So just lend me your ears and let's get into this. And at the end of the day, you will now decipher for yourself. You will now look into it yourself and tell us if truly what we are seeing today is the same spirit, because the spirit with which we started, if we as people of Ambazonia, people of God, like I said, the president handed us over to God. If we as these people started like what I'm going to share with you now, and we started and we ran with it to the point that we are still running with it in that manner today, I am telling you the difference would be very, very clear. But unfortunately, what happened? Now, just take a snap back, and in these 4 minutes, just listen to this, our seasoned young man, and let's find out if he's still saying what he was saying at this time when the thing started.
International human rights organizations, fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Cameroonians, ladies and gentlemen. Article 114 of the Bill on Family Code, presently pending before the Senate in Cameroon, states that to be a Cameroonian, a citizen must either originate from the Republic of Cameroon, which attained its independence on the 1st of January 1960, or originate from the Southern Cameroons, which obtained its independence on the 1st of October 1961. Since 1961, Southern Cameroons and the Republic of Cameroon have been living together in a union about which nobody has ever cared to produce the legal foundation. In 1984, the Republic of Cameroon transformed the Southern Cameroons, which had the status of a federated state, into two provinces, Northwest and Southwest, which today are termed regions. In 2016, a civil war erupted between restoration forces in Southern Cameroon, controlled and funded by an interim government of Southern Cameroon in the diaspora and powerful Southern Cameroonian warlords in the diaspora, and the Cameroon Regular Army, which claimed to be enforcing Cameroon's sovereignty, as Cameroon is one and indivisible. The restoration forces claim to be fighting to restore the statehood of Southern Cameroon. In the face of this civil war, a huge humanitarian calamity has ensured, with well over 500 villages burnt down, about 50,000 citizens either dead or missing, and well about 1 million Southern Cameroonians displaced as refugees scattered over Nigeria, in Southern Cameroonian bushes, in all countries in Africa, even in Europe, South America, and the United States, which just repatriated 81 of them. United Nations, the US, the European Union have time without number called on the government of Cameroon to address the root causes of this problem. But this government has maintained a deaf ear to those calls. Therefore, it's seeking a solution to this crisis to address the root causes of this crisis. Was there reunification in 1961 or annexation of Southern Cameroon by the Republic of Cameroon? After the 1961 11 February plebiscite, the United Nations General Assembly organized an independence vote for Southern Cameroon, wherein Article 2B recognized the independence of Southern Cameroon by joining the Republic of Cameroon. And Article 5 prescribed that the government of Southern Cameroon, the administering authority, Great Britain, and the Republic of Cameroon should come together as a matter of urgency before the 1st of October 1961 to agree as to how the parties were going to implement their agreed policies. The Republic of Cameroon, which never intended to sign any union treaty, instead invited the government of Southern Cameroon, led by Dr. John Foncha, to a constitutional conference in Fumban, where President Ahidjo asked Foncha to sign a draft federal constitution, which Foncha refused to sign and took it on consultation to the British, who called on Ahidjo to convene another meeting in Yaoundé. Thus, the Yaoundé Constitutional Conference, which ended in a deadlock, saw the British tell Amadou Ahidjo that the parties could not talk about a constitution when the Union Treaty had not been signed. While they were in Yaoundé, in the month of August, Ahidjo sent his draft constitution to his own parliament, the Parliament of the Republic of Cameroon, as a constitutional amendment, passed as the Federal Constitution of 1st September 1961, which Ahidjo promulgated into law on the 1st of September 1961, and on that same day marched his troops into Southern Cameroon. Thus, Southern Cameroon, which was the first African state to have a democratically elected government in history, found itself being sandwiched by a country that was required under Article 5 of Resolution 1608 to sign a union treaty as to how they were going to live together. Southern Cameroon found itself being downgraded by that country and put inside that country's constitution as a mere territory without a say, government, any institution. This is how Southern Cameroon found itself in the 1961 Federal Constitution, where Article 1 says that the Federal Republic of Cameroon shall be formed from the 1st of October 1961 by the Territorial Republic of Cameroon and the territory of Cameroon Meridional, formerly under British trusteeship. Cameroon Meridional simply means the southern part of Cameroon. You can see that this is a situation where one country, which was supposed to have an equal status with the other, decides to swallow up the other. The problem, therefore, is whether in 1961 there was reunification or annexation. As international law, this is a clear case of annexation. Nobody can talk about reunification because there is no document signed by Southern Cameroon to the effect that they agreed to enter the Federal Republic in a constitution solely drafted by the Republic of Cameroon. The international community has been surprisingly silent in front of this humanitarian calamity. So while the government of Cameroon and the restoration forces are trading responsibility, the situation on ground zero worsens daily. Last time it was Ngabu massacre claimed by the government. Today it is the Kumba massacre where 8 school children have been murdered in cold blood. This situation must end. We cannot continue to tolerate this. Now, consideration: the Republic of Cameroon recognizes the independence of Southern Cameroon, as just said. The second is that as a member state of the African Union, the Republic of Cameroon is bound by the Constitutive Act of the African Union, which states in Article 4B that all member countries recognize that their borders are those obtained upon independence. Again, as a member state of the UN, the Republic of Cameroon knows that its boundary is that which was obtained in 1960 when it got independence. So it is senseless and baseless for that war to continue when it is clear that the Republic of Cameroon has no right to sovereignty over Southern Cameroon, which has never given them such a right.
Thank you very much, Lawyer Ashu. Thank you very much. The question I am asking today, this is a vivid, clear history of the Southern Cameroons that the lawyer is putting forth there. The question I want to ask, not questioning his personality and whatever, but is he still talking the same language today? I don't know. I coined this out from his Facebook page, which is very, very authentic. I told you I like to talk positive history. There are some other terrible things that are going on there, but I don't want to get into it because I'm not a bearer of bad news. I am a bearer of good news. I am sure all of you Ambazonians who have listened keenly to this learned friend. I am not a lawyer, so when I say learned friend, he is my learned friend and I am his educated friend. So when you are not a lawyer, you are educated. When you are a lawyer, you are learned. And anybody who is educated and is not a lawyer can be an educated friend to a learned friend. And so I am his educated friend. Now, analyzing this historical narrative of what he has said, I do not know, and I don't know what is wrong and what is going on with a lot of intellectuals who are Ambazonians. I don't know whether they want just relevance, because when you want to be heard, you may come out and say something that is not true, but negative, just to make yourself relevant. For a lot of people to be fighting the institutions of the interim government in these current events that are going on just beats my imagination. I know that there are a lot of intellectual dishonest people, but I would not have thought that such people should be coming from Ambazonia, allowing their millions who are lavishing in different spheres and different aspects and different places around the world. And of course, the more than 50,000, you heard him mention more than 50,000 that have been killed, and the 500 villages that have been burnt down. Should this continue and Ambazonians from southern Cameroons stay inside there with La Republique to abate what is going on? Is there any sense in it? Well, as a historian, I want to tell Ambazonians that, truly speaking, from the history book that I started reading, it has never been said that when a wicked man comes in to take your positions, you should surrender. I listened to an episode which I like to bring to Ambazonians because, you see, we always like to talk with reference to our history book. This is my history book. This is my history book. Everything that I say has a connection to here, especially the ones that have been authenticated. I play my learned colleague and I'm his educated friend. I play his audio here, his video here, because he spoke sincerely, truthfully, and what Ambazonia is. He was given a narrative of the history, how it all came about. But I want to ask, there are so many of them who have said in time past, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, this 5th year, are they still speaking the same language? As I told you, I don't know where he is. But look at what he has said here is perfectly correct of the situation of Ambazonia. Now, what suddenly happens to people who come out and give such a narrative, and before tomorrow, you discover that they are talking as if there is gravel in their mouths? Well, I will tell you, there are two important factors that take place here. One is physical and one is spiritual. The physical is when you have been given the forbidden fruit, that is money, which is known to be the god of this world, if you love it, and which is known to be the greatest instrument of triggering corruption. Money has come in to destroy what I did not see when I was growing up. Because when I was growing up, I want to tell you that some of this this thing that we call money, we did not have such. We had but cowries. From cowries, they went to shillings. And I heard my father counting shillings and talking about cowries. I never was in the age of when they were using cowries. I was not there. But I saw a bit of shillings. And then finally, I discovered that when they introduced this paper with somebody's head there, and people started, scrambling for it, it became another thing. And today, a man can sell his mother and father, brother and sister, 8 million people for money. That's number one destruction that comes in to corrupt people who had articulately given our history, like my learned friend. The second thing is spiritual. There is a demonic spirit over the world. Everybody knows that, but they don't want to believe it. They have the mental knowledge, the mental accent of it, but they don't want to believe it. But I want to tell Ambazonians, if you are sincere to get down to Boya and you are not corrupted with money, you can be taken spiritually. Because La Republic has grand masters and so many demonic persons. Bible calls them necromancers. Bible calls them, what is the other name? They are soothsayers. And they are there every day invoking evil spirits, casting spells, and looking at the person who is really, really fighting and talking the truth for people to go to Boya. They look at that person. If money cannot corrupt you, they come spiritually. And when they come spiritually, and you don't have the God of heaven, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, power of the Holy Spirit that he left behind before going, if you don't have this in your life, even though you have refused corruption, you'll be corrupted spiritually. Because it is only a higher power that can dominate another power. So we are saying that Ambazonia has been handed over to God spiritually, but if you are not spiritually strong and you don't have a stamina in your trust in God, you can be swept away. I know of people who call themselves pastors, and some of them who have actually handled churches and they call themselves pastors. And we know some of them today who are in high religious positions with great religious names: rabbi, pope, father, apostle, bishop. There are some of them who are genuine. But I want to tell you that 3/4, if I'm not underestimating, are corrupted. Not only corrupted, but they are corrupt. Why? Because their spiritual stamina is not strong enough. They sympathize with the wicked and cast away justice and stay and try to mend injustice, thinking that by cuddling that they will come up with something. My dear friends, fellow Ambazonians, as a historian, I have sat down and I have seen that when God steps in and a people accept God, both for their lives and for the land, God takes over. Fellow Ambazonians, I want to let you know that whatever you are seeing now is a shadow. God has taken over our land because the cup of iniquity of La Republique is full. The only encouragement I want to give now here is that the restoration forces should abstain themselves from being corrupted. La Republique has corrupted a number of our defense people. And of course, we know one militia group that says it's fighting for Ambazonia, and it has a wonderful name that depicts Ambazonia. But everybody knows that they are a proxy to La République du Cameroon. And they have killed the finest of our defense people, the strongest of our defense people. When La République came, borrowed people left and right, they could not withstand the stamina of our people, who were not physically trained by any army in the world, but trained by God. Some of them who did not know God, they resorted to some fetishes, which at the end of the day did not and has not and will not make them. But we continued in our prayers, in our intercessions, asking God that in the time of ignorance, he overlooked. And now in our days, he has commanded everyone to repent because he's going to judge the world. And so, Ambazonians, I'm talking to the living. The dead are dead and gone. Any ARF that is outside there, listening to noise and voices on social media that will talk one thing today, tomorrow they will change. And you think that you will be helped by them? No. Somebody had said that if you betray your friend and take him to go and sell that your friend, even the buyers will not trust you. And that's what has been happening. The interim government had entrusted so much in the hands of some unscrupulous Ambazonians that the interim government did not know. My dear friend, Ambazonia interim government is not God. They are all humans. They can make mistakes. But when they make the mistakes, what do? We ride on. We right the mistakes and continue in the right way. We don't stay in the wrong. Fellow restoration fighters, this is for you. Hear the voice of your interim government and jump out from the deceitful alliance that you are making with your killers. They will kill you. You are genuine. Some of them who have gone in there who are crooks, who were formerly thieves. I know a thief who wants to go where there is big money. They have been deceived and they have been given a few things. If you are in the house and you are truly a member of that house, and that house becomes poor tomorrow, will you change your family name to go into a family that is rich? Do you know whether their money is from Nyongo or wherever? But I want to let you know that your house that is poor, and you have jumped out from it, and you have gone to another house that you think that is rich, not all that glitters is gold. That's what the adage says. You will soon realize that it was better for you to remain in your penury than for you to jump out and go and enter into a noise that will soon fizzle out and you'll find nowhere to stand. I just want to pity some of those interim government workers and supporters, volunteers in ground one, who have suddenly gotten up and changed camps. They have gone to where they think that the money is there. After the loud noise on social media, we have taken the money, we have seized this one, we have seized this one. Just hold on. Time will tell. The truth remains to be the truth. My biggest question, as we listen to this history, when this lawyer was talking, it was current events. They were just happening. Today, we have it as history. And we are here to remind you that history is changing. And because history is changing hands, don't jump out. Your interim government knows what it stands for. God stepped in 2018 and said, my people, I have taken over. And we followed. Well, if you have refused to follow, that is your own. Let me just quickly read some few comments here, and then we'll call it quit for today. And get ready, tomorrow, God willing and helping, is another day. Now, it's very important and correct. Somebody write, that's Bob Dipena. But now, he said, well, but now somebody is commenting another thing. Hold up, total. Can you call Achu Julius? Okay, to learn. Can you call Achu Julius to learn? I don't know who is Achu Julius. So can you call Achu Julius to learn? Black legs with permanent head damage. Okay, thank you very much, Bob. Blackheads with PhD, permanent head damage. I like that. They are corruptions. Good. Then here again comes our Pa. He says, great MOG. Many learned and educated people on ground zero. I don't know where ground zero is. I know of home front. Maybe he's talking of home front. Ground zero is not ours. Home front are changing their minds because they are disappointed with what destroyed the no. Pa, you're getting it wrong. You go to the wrong forum and go to the wrong media and get the wrong thing. We are looking on God. We are not looking on people. Anybody can leave this interim government, but God, who has taken over, remains to be God. Somebody said they have been paid huge sums of money by the enemy La Republic just to lick bucket mouth. Okay, there are some names I don't want to call them. Blood money they have taken. Yes, somebody said. Somebody said that could be true, but not the popular reason, sir. Well, God will not accept. Well, the will of God for Ambazonia will come to pass. Corruptors have failed. That's correct. I agree with you. Thank you, sir. Thanks. All right. Another person said, what God cannot do does not exist. I agree. And that is why we have to reach Boya, because God has ordained it. This is a powerful statement. I really, really appreciate this. Focus on the history as the topic says. Well, the history as the topic says is that this month of May is our Jubilee. And because it is our Jubilee, we must let Ambazonians know that people stepped in and they started talking exactly the way we should go. And unfortunately, the people have not done that which they're supposed to do. And because they have not done what they have to do, we have found ourselves in this situation. Today, as I told you, I'm coming to the end of this show for today. I mean, not show, for this program for today. We will continue, God helping us, tomorrow in the same spirit as we were today. So I want you to just get relaxed and stay put, remain in ABC, don't go away. Something is going to be happening in ABC. God bless the people of Ambazonia, and God bless all those who are interested and are willing to listen to our history, which of course you have listened to part of it now. And what I've just brought forth to you, I want to let you know that our Father, who is God himself, he knows your name. And because he knows your name, he wants you to remain focused with the interim government and know that interim government is coming up with what will help you to stay put. Now, Pa, I want to answer you again. Those who are on home front and they are listening to discouraging messages, very few of you, I pity the situation that you are passing through. Your vehicle was not taken by the restoration forces. Restoration forces don't kidnap. We have told you people who is the person who kidnaps, and some of you don't want to believe the people who kidnap, and you listen to stories of associates of people who have kidnapped, and you think that it is the interim government. No, the interim government is out for your interest. So long live the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and short live this genocidal war. Father, Abba Father, you know my name. God bless you.
I give you glory, Abba Father.